Hey everybody, Story Sale. We are excited to feature the word extraordinary this week. The stories have been amazing, extraordinary, or maybe it's extraordinary. In North Carolina, we say extraordinary. But anyway, I'd like to first start out with Jane because we just lost Wanda. Maybe she'll come back. But Jane, what did this word mean to you this week? I think you have a quote as well to share. I know the stories have been amazing. Go ahead and share what this word
Okay.
extraordinary meant to you.
Thanks, Kiwi. Yeah, it's always great to be here with all of you. And it has been an extraordinary week hashtagging this word. I kind of was all over the place with this because I really wanted to drive home how extraordinary we can be. It kind of brought to mind when we did one of the books in Rock Success Through Scripture. We talked about being ordinary people and that God has an extraordinary plan for all of his ordinary people. But one of the quotes that I found that I really liked this week, it's actually an Abraham Hicks quote. And he says, "You are free, you are powerful, you are good, you are love, you have value, you have purpose, all is well." And I thought that was extraordinary. So I'll turn it back to you. Thanks, Kibi.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, being ordinary. I think you're talking about Danny Johnson being a peculiar people. I love that. I thought the same thing. A lot of my stories were really highlighting people in the community as they try to be extraordinary in their personal growth. In order to, be that person I want to be, I have to work on myself. I have to invest in myself in all areas of life, my spiritual growth, my health, my physical growth, my mindset, my mental growth, my relationships, my communication. And then, of course, story sale and what it does for us online with consistency and being positive. So, next time we'll go to you, Wanda. What did extraordinary mean to you?
Thank you, Coach Kibi, for having me on tonight. Extraordinary meant to me to be just that little extra. And my husband is that embodiment of the extraordinary, in that if I even speak about something that I'm thinking about, he goes out and makes it happen. I just don't even know how to wrap my head around that. Um, all the things that I mean, I just speak that this would be nice, and he makes it happen. Just like God, he when we ask God for something, he makes it happen. We may not see it happen, but and he makes it happen. So we can live our most extraordinary life every day if we live in the moment of that time of our time here. And yeah, my husband is extraordinary human being. So thank you. Back to you, Kibi.
Wanda, why don't you share what your husband's done?
So just to name a few things that he has done with me just speaking, that this sounded good, was he's built me three greenhouses.
Hmm.
And we've only bought one. The other ones, he has found pieces around the house and put them together, scrounged up things around the area, used things that he's just found to build them. That's two greenhouses that he's built that way. And he has also built me a bench, an outdoor bench, for when I'm gardening and I get tired, I can go sit on my bench. Or if somebody comes up to visit, he has a bench there for us to sit on. Um, just he has blown my mind away. I mean, he's just blown me away.
So good.
I just
I love it.
Yeah.
So good. Thank you, Wanda, for sharing that. I hope Jeff watches. You'll have to share the video with him. So good. All right, Susie, you're up. Let's top it off with extraordinary, what that meant to you this week.
Extraordinary for me this week meant, I think the whole world has been extraordinary this past year with everything we've had to go through. I mean, from the little ones having to do Zoom school, parents, teachers, mothers, fathers, grandparents, everybody. We've all just had to become extraordinary in these not ordinary circumstances. And I think everybody has done a great job. And I just really, to me, extraordinary, I was trying to post things of extraordinary friendships, relationships, experiences, just kind of a different mix of things. And one of my favorite quotes that I found says, "Be extraordinary in every thought, word, and deed." And I think we all strive in this community to do that. And that this is from Christy Marie Sheldon. So that's what extraordinary meant for me this week. Back to you, Coach.
Thank you, Susie, for sharing, and thank you for honoring people and celebrating them in the hardship, because we can just look around and be like fed up, burnt out, and the world's going crazy, you know, and we can think like that. But you took a different approach to say, you know what, we've been through some hard times and it's okay. And people are doing a good job. Even when we fall off the rocker, you know, even when we see some crazy stuff, we can still take a different approach and say, you know what, we've all been extraordinary through this time. Thank you for sharing that, Susie. For me, extraordinary really lines up with the prayer of Jabez. And I know Jane talked about Danny Johnson, and I thought of her too. But the prayer of Jabez talks about being a gimper. And there's a little small section in that book about being a gimper. And I love that so much that I actually implement that in my training. We take a deeper dive into what a gimper means. It really, all it means is going like 10% more. And to me, being extraordinary means you're just doing a little bit more. Like you said, Susie and Wanda, just recognizing your husband is a little bit more, right? That's just a little bit more from yesterday. If we was yelling at him, I'm not saying you were, Wanda, but you know, like we can really take the perception of dragging the past with us, having a bad day, or really just saying, you know what, I'm going to give it 10% more today. I want to have a good day. I want to be a blessing to others. I want to provide good customer service. I want to ask somebody how they're doing, find out how someone else is doing, being a blessing to someone else. And that to me is extraordinary. Okay, well, Story Cell, if you're watching, drop a replay or let us know where you're dialing in from, especially if you're on the recording. Those of you who watch live, thank you so much for your support. We'll be back tomorrow. Nicole will be featuring Extraordinary with some other partners in Story Cell as well. And I can't wait to continue on rocking through stories and what our next hashtag will be. With that, be blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye now.